All right. Thanks for joining, guys, and for all of you that are watching the recording, appreciate you coming. So this is episode 6 of our CRM Cafe. We're going to go over quotes approvals or quote approvals. Just real quick and kind of refresh everybody on what exactly they're for, how to do them, and all that good stuff. So get started. So the quote approvals were an enhancement that was requested by our leadership so they could really control a little better what we're offering as far as benefits and the consistency around our discounts. And it was designed to help them analyze data a little bit better to determine, are we priced right in the market? Do we need to look at our pricing and adjust? And then it also gave us an opportunity to look at our brand and really determine if, we were focusing on the market correctly and, if we had some areas that we could improve marketing wise and that kind of stuff. So we'll look and see what exactly requires approval through the automated process. So complete bundles. So any complete bundle that is discounted from rack rate will require an approval. And this includes any amendments that modify the pricing or the product or the contract duration. And then just a caveat, any prorated orders or prorated quotes that aren't changing the price or they follow rack rate, that will not need approval. And we'll show you how to use the approval process and the reason code to bypass that. So complete bundles require approval from the RVPs, the EVP, which would be Mike. And then if it's over 25%, finance has to give an approval. Then for all non-complete bundles, STOs and add-ons, so this is basically anything that is discounted from rack rate will require an approval. Again, same thing. This includes amendments to any already approved quotes or any prorated you can discount. You can use the discount reason to bypass. These are required approvals from the sales director, and then they go to the RVP. And then again, any quotes over 25% require finance approval. So we'll go over the process when a quote is required for approval. We just did that, but I'll touch on it real quick. We'll go about how to send the quote for approval and then who is responsible for those approvals. So again, just a reminder, any quote that is discounted from rack rate requires approval. So if you put in Canvas app, there's a discount per student, it's going to require an approval. And then remember, right below that where the percentage is, if that percentage is 25% or higher, it's also going to need to go to finance. Now, this graphic's a little old, so this is the old Expert Logics graphic. I'll get it updated with the Canvas app, but it's all pretty much the same right here. Then once you get into Dynamics and you're ready to do your approval process, you need to make sure that you put in a approval comment, the approval comments. We want you to be somewhat detailed, but don't write a book. If comments aren't put in and they're not given enough detail, they will be rejected. You also will pick the reason code, and this is where you will pick in-flight if it is a prorated or in-flight quote that it does not need approval. Then once you have that set, you will toggle it to yes, and then save it, and that will generate the approval process and send it to the first approver. There was an update made. Any quote that comes rejected comes back to the rep or whoever created it will require approval additional comments. And there's a new section here for resubmitted comments. So basically, just if it comes back, you'll just have to fill out that part as well. And I think it is required, so you will be notified if you don't fill it out that you need to do that before you can move forward. Approvers again, non-complete bundles, STOs goes to the regional directors, the RVPs, and then finance for anything over 25%. And complete bundles goes to the regional vice president and then Mike, and then again, over 25% goes to finance. Now, when it comes to approvals and seeing where they are, for those who own the approvals, so the reps you can go into your Teams app or into Teams and see the approvals app, and it will show you where the approval sits and who the approval sits with. Typically, whenever you send something for approval, you will see 3 different approvers. Well, there'll be 2, but if there is a finance, there'll be a 3rd. So this example we're looking at, this would have been a approval that was needing finance request or finance approval. So that first one, the 3rd one down would be the first approval that probably went to the director. Then the second one would be the one that went to the RVP. And then that last one would have been the one that went to the finance person. So I just want to go through real quick and show you what it would look like in the app in Teams. Here we go. Thank you very much. Okay, so left-hand side of your Teams, you come down here to the apps, and then you search approval. And then if you don't have it downloaded already, it'll say add, but I already do, so I'll just open it. So this opens the approvals app. And 2 things you need to remember here is, 1, it does not default to the ATI prod. So you have to come over here and pick ATI prod. And then for the people that have been sending approvals, you'll click on sent. And then this is where you'll see that screen that I showed you before that had the approval name and the people and the date and all that stuff right here. So that's where you'll see it. Unfortunately for you guys, Charlie and Andrea, you don't have this, which kind of sucks. But we did launch, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, we did launch an enhancement that once an approval has been approved that you created, you should get a notification saying that quote has been approved. Have you seen those, or are you having any issues that you know of?
I've been receiving them.
Nice.
So great. Thank you.
Love it. It's great stuff.
Yeah, me as well. They've been good.
Awesome. Kudos to Mallory because she brought that up, so we can thank her for having us do that. So yeah, quick, short and sweet, 10 minutes. So yeah, I'll give you some time back. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to be here for the rest of the hour, and or reach out directly to me via email or direct in Teams.
Thank you, man. Talk soon.
Thanks, guys.
Great. Thank you, Sean. Sean, I actually have a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure. Fire away.
Okay. So as far as the CRM dynamics, is there a way for us to create like our own dashboards or help our team create them?
You can. They're very complex. And actually, that's a great question for today. So that meeting we're having this afternoon, our CSS roundtable, that is going to be one of our biggest topics because we have an initiative that we've been directed from senior leadership to really dive in and look at all of the views that you guys have for each record and all the dashboards that are created. And we're going to start building out dashboards. So this afternoon, we're going to talk in depth about that and talk about what dashboards you guys need and want to see. And then I'm going to be doing those roundtables with each role. So I'll have a roundtable with the account managers, with the strategic account managers, with the associates, with the SEs, and then with the directors. And we're going to have that conversation with each one of them. And our goal is to set up dashboards for every role. That way you guys all know you have this place you can go, and you guys were the ones that provided the content and told us how you wanted them set up. Then once we get those set up, we'll do some training on how to create your own views. I don't know that we'll get so granular that we'll train you on how to create your own dashboards, because they are very complex and there's a lot of things you have to make sure you do or you can't see them. So maybe at some point we will, but to answer your question, yes, we are going to be doing that very soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.